What's going on, everybody out there? Tyrone Johnson here. Live on YouTube, and this is just gonna be. I won't keep you too long. It was real simple. I just wanted to be able to say goodbye to everybody and say thank you to everybody. I was on afternoons from 2 to 6 on NBC Sports Philadelphia and 97.5 The Fanatic for 7 years. And you get used to people, over that kind of time, and then it kind of just is just over, and that's kind of just how it goes. So when it happens like that, I just want to come on and be able to say bye to everybody. That's really just it. I want to thank everybody for the support over the years. I want to thank all the people that reached out to me since Friday. Um, that's kind of it. It was real simple. As far as how it happened, it was after the show. I'll just being transparent. They brought me in to the office, and it was nothing too complicated, nothing too crazy. They were like, I knew what was coming, so I sat down, and it was just we have to make a tough decision. I said okay. They said they were going in a different direction. I said okay, and that was it. That's the entire story. That I left. So it wasn't like dramatic. They didn't phony it up or anything with the whole hey, we really love you and anything like that. It was nothing like that. There was nothing phony on their end. There was nothing phony on my end. And for that, I really appreciate them for the way that they did it, because it would have stunk to just be for it to be phony. So and that was that. And now you move on to different things. And really, to be honest with you, I do appreciate everybody reaching out. I appreciate people, saying that they're sorry and everything like that. But at the end of the day, this was a job. It was a cool job that I really like doing, but it was a job. It was a job. And jobs very rarely are forever. And you work for somebody. If you don't work for yourself, then you don't have final say. And I didn't have final say. But for people out there that were asking, I just want to answer some of the questions that have been asked before. Um, yes, the decision had been made a while ago, and I was aware of it. Um, Two, what was like, will I be all right? Yes, it's just a job. It was a cool job. I love doing it, and I appreciate everybody who was a part of it, but it was just a job. Like, my family's safe. It's not a life or death situation. I have to always keep it in perspective that this day was going to come. I'm not glad that it happened. At the same time, I'm not shocked that it happened either. So it's one of those things where, to be honest, it was just that was the whole thing. I do want to thank some specific people though. While I'm here, before we get a brief moment on the draft, I want to thank really Joe Bell. He was the one who made this happen. Originally, no longer with the company. I really appreciate him for going to bat for me. I want to thank Chuck D'Amico, who's the program director at the time as well, for taking the shot. I want to thank Hunter Brody. He was tremendous. I want to thank Jen Scordo. I want to thank Ricky Batalico. I want to thank Silvana Kelleher. I want to thank Dylan McKinnon, who did a tremendous job, and all my other coworkers who were all just tremendous. They worked really hard, and I really appreciate all the people that I worked with. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to work with all those great people. And I hope they enjoyed their time working with me. Obviously, that's a question for them to answer. But 7 years to me feels like a pretty good run in the afternoons. Again, I didn't want it to end, but I got to work with great people. I felt like I did a lot of good things. Obviously, you want things to be better. I mean, the goal was literally for the show to be the best show ever, and it never was that. But at the same time, man, like, I could go to bed every night knowing that I gave it my all. I never phoned it in, and I feel like that's what I owed everybody. Wasn't perfect, but I never phoned it in. And to me, that was the most important thing, was just to give it my all each and every day, and that's what I did. So again, there's really not a whole lot of story there. Next question people asked was like, would I give an explanation? No, but at the same time, I didn't want an explanation. I didn't need an explanation. No explanation was going to make it better. So again, I really appreciate the way they went about it. Because there was explanation. It was like, I'm not working there anymore. It really doesn't matter why at the end of the day. It's just a matter of the what. And they took care of the what, and it was real quick, and there was no drama, no beef or anything like that. I'm trying to think. Let me look up some more of the questions that I've been asked over the weekend. That's part of the reason I'm doing this right now, because I always talk to you guys at 2 o'clock. Um, Another one was like they were asking about race and things like that. Just try to stay away from that, please. Um, yeah, try to stay away from that, please, because I don't know the answers to any of that stuff. I don't like to go near that stuff, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to go that route, so I don't want to go near that. Um, Oh, and do I still? Yeah, I'm still good with everybody. People ask like if I'm still cool with everybody. I'm 100% still cool with everybody that I worked with. Again, there's really not a lot of drama in this situation. It was just something that started in 2018 and it ends in 2025, and that's sort of the whole story. There's not too much more to it. As far as what's next, I don't know. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. I'm gonna chill for a little bit, and then I'll get back to doing what I do. This is the only thing I know how to do, and this is what I love to do. So I'll get back to doing it in some way, shape, or form. Um, you know, and that's that. Um, and I think it's really important also that I say to everybody that please don't have any ill will towards people. Like, I know people just say that I'm never going to listen to the station again. I'm never going to watch again. And like, I appreciate them saying that to me, but I recognize that you're saying that though, because you're upset. At the same time, um, I want you to support all my coworkers because they didn't make that decision. The people, you can't hurt the people who actually made the decision. And I don't want you to hurt the people that made the decision. They made a decision. Like, obviously, again, I didn't like the decision, but the decision was made last summer. So when something happens like that, at that point, it was my job really to get out, and I didn't do that. So the blame, if anybody, shouldn't be on them. Again, this was a decision that was made last summer. This is a situation where I should have, knowing what I knew, I should have made a move and been more proactive. So if you're going to be mad, don't be mad at the Fanatic. Don't be mad at NBC Sports Philadelphia or anything like that. If anybody, you would be mad at me because I knew what was going on and I didn't get out. And that's my own fault. That's how it works on a lot of jobs and a lot of places. Once a decision is made, your job is to then is to then recognize and go to a place where you are really wanted. And that's really my goal next. I don't know what's next, but it will definitely be a place that wants me. And the way I look at it is that's a good thing. You want to be at a place where people want you. And that's really the point. That's really the bottom line here. So again, thank everybody. Thank you, everybody coming on and live. I really appreciate it. Got quite a few people in here today. I appreciate it. But there's no beef on the way out. I don't have any bad words for anybody. Um, Nobody was, nobody was phony on the way out or anything. Nobody lied to me on the way out. I knew it was coming. I didn't do the right thing once I knew it was coming. That's on me. That's not on them. They didn't say it in those words, but they made it clear how this was going to head. And I didn't do a good enough job getting ahead of it. And I'm going to miss all of you guys. I'm going to miss all you guys. For a long time. Now the Eagles real fast. Really good draft by Howard Roseman once again. Obviously, I'll be talking about that today if I was still there. So really good draft by the Eagles. I really like through the first 5 rounds, I pretty much like every player. After that, we'll see. My relationship with Mike, you want me to ask that? It was fine. It wasn't, we're not best friends. We're not enemies. Like, that's kind of the whole thing. That's the whole relationship. Not enemies, not best friends. Like, that's how it is in most relationships with people that you work with over the years. Again, not best friends, but not enemies either. That's the whole relationship. Just, answering a couple things in the chat. For somebody that got blocked, I'm a bad person. I'm very flawed. If I blocked you on X, I apologize. I probably thought you did something. If you didn't do anything, that's my fault. I apologize. If you're angry about that, I understand. To answer some more things in the chat, I appreciate the people that are saying that they'll miss me. I do. I appreciate. I'm going to miss all of you guys. I want to thank Andrew DeCecco, another person who was great working with down the stretch. And it really is important to me that you support all of those people that still work there, because I really, really respect all those people that I worked with. Now, as far as how often this is going to happen, I will be doing digital things in the short term. but I'm going to take a little bit of time before I'm there every single day. I don't know what time and things like that. So again, uh, Jen Scordo, I spoke to her today. She's doing behind the scenes things still. Like she's still working in the business. Um, all that's going on. All that's going on. Club Tyrone is still going to be open all summer long. Going to be absolutely support Ricky Bo. I love Ricky Bo. As I said, I named all the coworkers by name that I worked with. So rock with all those people. Um, you know, these things just happen. Like as you can tell, I'm not like overly wounded or anything like that. Like again, it was a really, really, really cool job that I loved doing for 7 years. But at the end of the day, it was just a job, and all jobs end for the most part. So again, I'm not going to stay on too long. Thanks to every single one of you who have supported me over the years. I thank all of you guys for supporting me stuff. I already spoke with Devon for people to reach out. He's a friend again, pretty much. Um, uh, I mean, I'm friends with almost everybody that I've ever worked with there, for the most part. And I'm enemies with nobody. So if for people saying, "Hey, would you do this? Would you work there?" or anything like that going forward, I don't know exactly. I'm just trying to be transparent. But I will say, there's nobody out there where I have a beef with any coworker to where I couldn't work with them. Obviously, there'd be other decision makers involved in those kind of things, but nothing would be um, off the table as far as that goes after some few months and a few restrictions. um but no, I really appreciate you guys. I want to thank each and every one of you. I just want you to know that I always did my best for you. I understand that you didn't always get the Bucks are cooked, by the way, cooked. um I always did my best for you. I tried my best. That's the only way I knew how to do it. I know some people didn't agree with my methods. I understand that too. I recognize that as well. But I can just tell you that I gave it my all each and every day I was on air with you guys. I didn't phone it in a single time, whether I was sick or whatever it is. All I tried to do every day was provide the best product that I could. And wherever I go next, all right. Um, and now I got people saying that they just text to rage bait me. I fell for the bait, so that's on me. Um, but it was always just to hopefully do a really good job for you guys, and that's all that matters. And I hope that whoever, however you consume your media going forward, I want you to be able to ask that person every day: are they doing the best that they can to provide a good product for you? And if they are, great. And if they're not, then maybe don't support them. But there's a lot of hardworking people out there, and I want everybody to have enjoy themselves. And as soon as I have an update on some things, um, I'll let you know. All right. So appreciate you guys. I'm gonna log off. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, have a good evening. And I promise you'll hear from me soon.